Alright, so yeah, cutting this open, I got a wheel nut. I tightened all the wheels here on the XMAXX to make sure they're tight. And then I also got my 46 tooth spur gear, and it comes with, and it shows you kind of how it's set up, which is kind of cool. I think this is, as far as originality goes, this is kind of cool because a lot of people like to mess with the mesh, which ain't hard either, which is good, but you'll see that there's pins underneath. You just remove the motor from 4 screws underneath and it shows how it's set up, and you don't even have to worry about the mesh. You just put it on the pins on that letter and it's set up to exactly the exact gear mesh you want when you change out for the spur or the pinion or whatever. But I'll be doing the 1846 as you can see right there, and then on the E on both sides. Yeah, so on this side, no, it just says E 1846, so you just put the pin on both sides on the E. Yeah, okay. So right there, you got to screw 2 screws, one here, and then one like on this side right there, 1, 2. You just use that little wrench they give you or whatever. Take this plastic off, take that piece off, take out the little unit for the spur gear, and you unscrew it. Put that spur gear on. Very simple. And underneath this fan and the motor and the heat sink, there's 4 screws underneath. Take them off, take it off, and I'll show you guys. Ta-da! So once it's off, it's just that little piece right there. So you see that little piece. See, that's what I like about this. I mean, it's pretty original design. I mean, it's so easy. You just unplug it, take off those little caps, and then you unplug the 4 screws on the spur gear, and then you switch it out, and boom, there you go. And you plug it back in. So probably after I do a few speed runs, I'll probably change it back because I've seen where it's stripped pretty good because this truck is so dang heavy and etc. etc. But yeah, that's a nice design, you know. You just take it out. Let me show you the other part. Okay, after taking out the screws, there it is, guys. It's got a little gear grease on there on my fingers already. Taking it out, and then here's the one I'm going to put in. Okay, 46 tooth, and it says it right there, and you just kind of unscrew those and put it in just like that. And then now that I unscrewed the motor, I'll show you guys what it looks like. Pull out this part. See, it just comes right out like that, really easily. There you go. So yeah, see there's the pins. It's right now it's on I, E, F, G, H, I, S, and you just move those pins over to E. After you move the pins over to E, on the bottom of this motor it has like, yeah, see that's what it looks like. It's got those little holes, and those holes adjust kind of how far the motors move. So when the gears there, it's just kind of moves a certain way. So it's adjusted, and it's all done for you. You ain't even got to get a paper or feel it or anything like that, which is kind of cool. Sorry, I might have had it upside down. There you go. So E, now you just take your hands with your fingers, pull out the pin. It's real easy to pull out and just put it back in the right appropriate for your spur gear or pinion or whatever combination you want to do for how much speed you want. Supposedly what I do now, it's supposed to do 50 miles per hour, about 50, 51 miles per hour actually, so we'll see. Alright, and voila, it's all done. So now the 46 tooth is in. Took a matter of about 20 minutes because I like to go real slow and just kind of not value, but enjoy the parts and the design. And you know, this is one of the big things I liked about the car, because I could play around with the gearing real easily. It takes like probably 15, it's not even less than that for probably you guys, but I like to just go slow and appreciate all the design and the engineering in all the RC cars. So you know, and be careful though when you unscrew the 4 screws on the bottom and you have the truck upside down. What happens is the motor will just like fall out. You got to be careful not to, like, see these wires here for the fan. You don't want the motor to fall out and tear that wire on the fan because it's kind of heavy. So I just kind of put my hand on the bottom. Once I unscrew it, falls into my hand, I kind of move it aside and, you know, do your thing. And then gear mesh is done, 15 minutes, you're ready to do some speed runs. Later, when I just want to let the kids play with it or whoever plays with the truck, then I'll probably like put this guy back in, you know, the 54th tooth, you know, right back in. 54, wow, so 54 to 46, that's like 8 tooth down. I wonder why it makes it so much faster. It's crazy. Okay, anyways, alright, that's it. Oh, so real quick for those of you who, most of you guys already know, but for say you have no RC experience and you're wondering what does it matter with the spur and the pinion, well, the the lower the spur gear and the higher the pinion, if you go ahead in that direction, you create more top speed, slower acceleration, less low end torque. And then when you do the opposite and you have a higher pinion or a lower pinion and a higher spur gear, you do the opposite. So you get more, probably more wheelies, more less top speed and higher acceleration. So just to let anybody knows who doesn't already know that, but you guys probably already know that. But all right.